Start with the name of Allah, most kind and merciful. My name is Muhammad Adnan Surayo, doing MBA in evening, batch 2K19, roll number 08. Today I have selected the topics for video presentation for the subject of e-commerce are what is e-commerce, types of e-commerce models, and examples of e-commerce. My first topic for the video presentation on e-commerce is what is e-commerce. Now let's see what is the e-commerce. E-commerce also known as is electronic commerce or internet commerce, refers to the buying and selling of goods or service using the internet and the transfer of money and data to execute these transactions. E-commerce is often used to refer to the sale of physical products online, but it can also describe any kind of commercial transactions that is facilitated through the internet. Whereas e-business refers to all aspects of operating an online business. E-commerce refers especially to the transactions of goods and services. The history of e-commerce begins with the first ever online sale on the August 11, 1994. A man sold a CD by the band Sting to his friend through his website Net Market, that is an American retail platform. This is the first example of a consumer purchasing a product from a business through the World Wide Web, or e-commerce we can say, as we commonly know it today. Since then, e-commerce has evolved to make products easier to discover and purchasing through online retailers and marketplaces. Independent freelancers, small business, and large corporations have all benefited for e-commerce, which enables them to sell their goods and services at a scale that was not possible with traditional offline. That was the first topic, what is e-commerce. Now I would like to describe my second topic. These are the types of e-commerce models. There are four main types of e-commerce models that can be described almost every transaction that takes place between consumers and business. The first type of e-commerce model is business to consumer. We can say B2C. When a business sells a good or a service to an individual consumer, you buy you buy a pair of shoes from online retailer, that is a business to consumer. Business to business or B2B, when a business sells a good or service to another business, that is known as business to business. Just like a business sells software as a service for other business to use. Third is the consumer to consumer, C to C. When a consumer sells a good or service to another consumer, that is consumer to consumer. As you sell your furniture to another consumer, that is C to C or consumer to consumer business e-commerce model. Number 4 is consumer to business, C to B. When a consumer sells their own products or services to a business or an organization, that is known as a consumer to business. These are the types of e-commerce model. Now I would like to start my third topic, that is examples of e-commerce. Now the examples of e-commerce are that e-commerce can take on a variety of forms involving different transactional relationships between business and consumers, as well as different objects being exchanged is part of these transactions. First example of e-commerce is retail, the sale of a product by a business directly to a consumer without an intermediary. Second number is wholesale, the sale of products in bulk, often to a retailer, then sell them directly to consumers. Third is drop shipping, the sale of a product which is manufactured and shipped to the consumer by a third party. Number 4 is crowdfunding, the collection of money from consumers in advance of a product being available in order to raise the startup capital necessary to bring it to market. Number 5 example of e-commerce is subscription, the automatic recurring purchase of a product or service on a regular basis until the subscriber chooses to cancel. That is known as subscription, an example of e-commerce. My sixth example of e-commerce is physical products. Any tangible good that requires inventory to be replenished and orders to be physical shipped to consumers as sales are made. That is known as physical products. Number 7 digital products. Downloadable digital goods, templates, or courses or media that must be purchased for consumption or licensed for use is known as digital products. Number 8 example of e-commerce is services. A skill or set of skills provided in exchange for compensation. The service provider's time can be purchased